revenge of something that's great. People love the Bruce Wayne Batman story. They love the story of it because they love the moral code. There's not many characters, there's not a lot of popular things with moral codes. I mean, let's be honest. People are going to want to raise their kid on something with something good, something right. Let's be honest, like, would you want to put your kid, sit your kid down and have your kid watch a Nickelodeon cartoon or a Disney cartoon? No. I mean, if you look at Nickelodeon programs today, I recently had to sit through bad Nickelodeon shows with my niece and nephew. And I was just like, thank God for Boomerang. I could watch, I'd be, Scooby-Doo. Praise Scooby-Doo. Nickelodeon shows are bad. Like, SpongeBob is fine. SpongeBob, I can't believe SpongeBob's 20. That's like, fuck. Damn, that's like so long ago. But the other shows that they put on, like, they brought back All That. I remember sitting there going, what the fuck? Who brought back All That? Who are these kids? They're not funny. But anyway. Yeah, I mean, like, if my future child is going to be raised on Batman, I'm going to put on, like, I'm going to possibly buy every Batman educational thing and, read comics to the kid. So, Batman is a great, I wouldn't say, inspirational, yeah, but something that is a great influence for kids. I mean, it's so cool to hear, people, I'm one of them now officially, like, people talk about how they grew up with Batman. Like, Batman was a big part of their childhood. A huge part of how they became who they are today. That's how great the character is in comics. Like, you look at stories and you look at the real world. There's always been sort of this taking a real world event and putting it into a comic. Everything around comics in this world has changed. Marvel especially. A lot of comic books have changed. Their priorities, their characters' ideas, their characters' beliefs, their characters' identity. Batman has never changed. I know there's going to be some people like, well, you look at Tom King stuff, you look at this stuff. But what I mean is, Batman has never really changed, which is a great thing. It's always a great thing that a character never changed. I never changed, because I'm happy who I am today. But the whole phenomenon of Batman has never really changed. He's evolved with different generations, different decades, different looks. But the bat signal has always been recognizable by everybody. I'm happy that Batman has never really changed. He's just evolved with the times. And I know there's always people like, my favorite Batman is this, my favorite version of Batman is that. That's always a great thing to hear, because it's like, it shows the reflection of what generation a person is from. Like, my Batman is the animated series. Even though I am more of a 60s Batman guy, but the 90s animated Batman, the animated series, was always my version of Batman. Even though I quote a lot of the 60s Batman stuff. Because, I love the 60s TV show, but I love the 90s Batman the Animated Series. I just feel like that version has always been important. I always look at the animated cartoons, and I know that I always talk about, like, I know I talk to some people like how I miss the old days of the old 90s animation style, like Animaniacs. Like, they're gonna do a new Animaniacs cartoon, which I sort of cringe at the thought of, like, oh my god, they're doing that. Like, when I heard, like, they're doing the Aladdin remake and the live action and Lion King, I sort of was like, why? They're perfect. Why mess with it? Why is Will Smith a genie? Why is he blue? What did you do? I know there's some people that said, like, the live-action Aladdin film is really good, but it's like, I ain't fucking seeing that film. Nobody could be Robin Williams. That man is a treasure. You can't take away what Robin Williams has done. But I wish Robin Williams played the Riddler. I just wish he was in a Batman film, because Robin Williams is, like, a national treasure. Still to this day is a treasure to us all. I miss his humor. I always wonder, like, what Robin Williams would say now that Trump is president. I just always wonder what he would say and how he would act. I miss that fucking dude. But I always talk about how Batman the Animated Series, like, they did the Batman Harley Quinn film, they did Justice League versus the Fatal Five. They did the Gotham by Gaslight, which I just fucking adore. I love that film, and I love that time period. I know it's weird to say I love the 1800s, the Pilgrim era, and all that, but that is such a great fucking film, and I highly recommend it to anybody who's listening to watch Gotham by Gaslight, because it is a beautifully made film. My fingers are crossed that they do a Batman Dracula trilogy, Red Rain, Bloodstorm, and all that. The reason I love the Gotham by Gaslight is that the animating team that did that one did the animated series, Batman the Animated Series. I always thought, like, they did a great job with it, and I love to see more animated films by Bruce Timm. Like, I would love to see him do No Man's Land, or Batman Blood Rain or Bloodstorm. I forget what they named the comics. Like, I have them. I forget the names. I would love to see a Batman vampire horror story. I just always thought that'd be so brilliant. Not the Castle Bat Frankenstein one, because that was just an abortion that should have just never been made. I know a lot of people are going to be like upset about that, but it's just like I just did not like that comic. I read that comic, Castle Wayne, the Batman Frankenstein thing. I forget what they called it. I love the Phantom of the Opera one. The Batman Phantom of the Opera one's beautiful. The artwork, beautiful. But the Batman Frankenstein one, where Wayne creates Frankenstein to be Batman, it's just awful, horrible, and how dare you make Alfred Igor with a giant, hump thing on his back. Like, how dare you do that? Alfred deserves better. It's like, I was so flabbergasted about they made this comic. I always wanted to be like, was someone high when they were writing this? At first I thought it was Kevin Smith, and I was like, Kevin Smith didn't do that. So, I would love to see like a Batman horror story. Like, I know that they did, I passed it up. I was supposed to buy it. A listener told me like there was this good Batman Giant, which was DC Ghost stories, where Batman chases down a serial killer, like a Jason Voorhees type character. I couldn't believe I passed it up. I was at the store, and I just passed it up. I didn't buy it. Like, I was like, oh, fuck. So, I'll buy it. I can. If I can, I'll just look for it on Amazon or find out what the story is, and see if they did an issue. I'll just buy that. Like, once I saw, like, the Wonder Woman first part, like, you open it up and it's like Wonder Woman, I was just like, pass. Yeah, it was just, I couldn't believe that one, so it's like, I would love to see, like, I know they, the Sean Ward show did, like, a Michael Myers versus Batman. I read that, and I saw the video, and I was just, like, laughing, because I just thought, like, this is so brilliant. I love the ending where it's, like, they have Joker, Harley, Batman, Catwoman, watching Laurie Strode and Michael Myers duke it out. I love that. That was so brilliant and so funny. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I did see one video I thought of my Catwoman would love. It's from McJuggernuggets, where Psycho Dad, it's a Psycho series, like, he creates this video of his, family, Psycho Dad having a hard time watching Game of Thrones and throws a tantrum. Where he ends up smashing the TV with a what is it, a fire pick thing for fire, a fire pick for, a fire, for the fireplace picker, that's what it is. Yeah, it was a funny video. I was like laughing my ass off because I was just like, this is, because it made me think of my dad. And my dad, I mean, he wouldn't smash the TV, but everything that the dad says, I was like, oh my god, that is my dad. Except I wouldn't tell my dad to shut up, so I wouldn't say that to him. I wouldn't say that at all. I would get knocked out. But it was just funny, though. I laughed, and I was like, this is my family right there. So, anyway, it was just, it was a funny video. I just was like laughing hysterically because it was just like, wow. Anyway,